Alright. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hmm. Oh man, I'm hyped to see some Sindel and some General Shao gameplay. It rained. That's gonna be fun. So this up to these now. About to hit 2 minutes. They're gonna show the trailer again. Less than a minute. I'm finding all the strength and energy to give a fuck right now. I'm not in a good mood today. But some combos will make me feel better. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year's. Baby Melina.
The Kombat Kast starts now.
All right, and welcome to a very special Kombat Cast. Kind of slipping one in here.
Yeah.
What the hell happened to Derek?
I did say that we were going to have a Derek and me fight for this one, but they're at Gamescom.
Right.
Oh, they're in
Just
Germany.
showed a
Okay.
trailer, so we wanted to show off some characters, yeah?
He went all the way to Germany just to avoid fighting you.
I was not going to say that, but it's accurate. So here we are. We're going to show, today's going to be probably a little bit of a shorter stream. We're not going to have any guests or anything like that, but we're going to show... We're going to walk through 3 characters today. Before we start that, let's introduce ourselves.
Stephanie Brownback, QA lead.
And I'm Tyler Lansdowne, one of the community managers here at NetherRealm Studios, and we are super excited to show you some stuff from the trailer.
Yes.
But before we do that, if you haven't seen it yet, we should show them the trailer again. Do you want to send it off?
Here we go. It's the Queen's Court.
Awesome.
Outworld can be both alien and intoxicating to Earthrealmers. While our realms are at peace, there are
My reaction is in
to be at war.
on the channel.
General Shah,
Victor of the Tavarian War, conqueror of the Quatan Plains. All of Outworld is grateful for his service. You would consign us to endless war.
Better that than be Liu Kang's lapdog.
Did not your illustrious father teach you that war is the last resort? Do not forget that, General.
I haven't ate today at all. I'm fucking hungry.
We gather once again to honor my late
Man,
husband's
thanks, Mom.
legacy, to continue the tournament that he founded with Lord Liu Kang.
Empress Sindel,
Let us meet your champion.
Earthrealm's champion is Raiden, Your Majesty.
Is it me? Or is Earthrealm's champion scrawnier than usual?
He has earned his place by embodying the very best qualities of Earthrealm's people.
I am ready, Your Majesty. Whom shall I face?
I can't wait to play as Raiden. I played Raiden a lot in MKX.
We will destroy your champion, Liu Kang. He will taste no victory.
Shijeko! I'm glad he's back. I can't believe I got that right as a cameo. Also get Serena too. This game comes out in about 2 weeks. 3 if you got the standard edition.
Who's your queen?
Fire trailer. They confirmed John Cena's doing his voice for Peacemaker today. They confirmed it.
So
Yeah.
exciting. I've been waiting for this one to come out.
Which I already knew that was gonna happen.
Same here. Probably not the same character.
I like them all, but I'll let you start.
Yeah, I mean, Sindel, one of my all-time favorite MK characters. Super stoked she's back. Also, though, Motaro, my favorite sub-boss. I will take him over any Shokan any day.
Okay. I'm General Shao. I've been super excited since I knew that he was in the game.
I want to see some axe combos.
This time around, but it's
Yes.
definitely a character that's like up my alley and something that I really enjoy. So the bigs.
Of
Very
course.
excited to show him off. Hope you all enjoyed the trailer. And today we're going to go through some of those characters.
Yeah, and also, just don't want to forget, Shujenko.
Yes.
If we're bringing back some of these 3D era characters, you got to have the Deception protagonist.
Yep. And we will not be showing him a lot today at all,
Right.
but soon.
Yeah,
And
just a
then-
little hint of him.
Yeah, very exciting. So I think we should talk about Sindel real quickly.
I think we should start with the Queen.
So, before we get into the gameplay, let's discuss who would play Sindel. What's her game plan? How does she work?
Well, Sindel
started
from the
with
very
Sindel.
beginning, all the way back in
Okay.
MK3, and then you saw in 9 and the last game, has been kind of a space control, zoning character, but then these little dashes of swag with her flight cancels and some of her more interesting moves and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of kind of, basic keep out stuff, but then there's when you get your game going, she has some really cool combos and setups and stuff like that. So she appeals to someone like me who's more straightforward, but then like kind of the technical people really, really like her too. She also is she's the queen. She's cool.
And she does have some mechanics we'll show near the end of the breakdown that are kind of
This
different.
nigga.
Something we've
Yeah.
not done before. It's
She,
super exciting.
She has some exciting new stuff we'll show at the end of this breakdown that literally wouldn't have been possible before the cameo system.
Let's take a look at the Queen.
All right, so let's start with some of the basics. Two cool things about her
Ooh.
in this game is she has.
Yo,
these
this is
cool
the living
effects.
forest looks so nice.
like this purple energy, and then the use of her hair.
Regal purple.
Absolutely. She has a really good range, as you'd imagine someone with magical
Serena's
hair. And there's a couple normals I really wanted to talk about. First is Forward 4, which kind of takes out of a page of the last game, and it's like kind of her main mid-range tool you want to use to get in.
And that's a mid, right?
Yes. And it's pretty quick, but it has a really neat new follow-up. She jumps into the air, it's a low combo starter, and she can actually control how far she goes. She can do this close version, and actually land right in front of them, far version. Or she could just do it by itself, go in for a throw.
That's a wrap.
Thank you. Go for this cool low. Or one of her block strings. Another normals is back 2, which leads into an overhead, and she can combo into it, or you can do back 2 by itself and actually be airborne. Let's go over the special moves. We'll start with the classic, the Scream. Iconic, quintessential Sindel. It's still one of her best combo starters. It stuns. They can't hear anything for a while.
Hit that like button for me.
You can kind of do it at mid-range.
If you haven't already, I appreciate it.
You caught them sleeping, not blocking. Like I said, it's great to hit confirm. It's
With
just,
punish.
Exactly.
I just throw it out all the time.
All the time. Then let's go over fireballs, which are always one of the most important kind of key things about her offense. She has high hairball, low hairball.
Which is in the moves list.
Yes, that's canonical. Hairball. And then air hairball. New to this game is it's a straight, very quick fireball. It is not the downward arc it has previously done. You can do it really low to the ground and it's quick, and I think it's pretty effective. Look at that, I still got it. Her EX versions have some interesting properties. So, the straight one will actually eat up fireballs.
Oh, wow.
So if you use a barometer in a zoning war, you'll actually beat out their projectile. And the low ones are really neat. So she adds that little hair whip at the beginning, and up close, actually a hit that will pop them up.
Can't wait to get this game.
In the corner, you can do cool stuff. Like, get a combo. Oh my god. There we go.
There we go.
Maybe I don't still have it.
I think it's good.
Thank you. So it's neat. It turns this pure zoning tool up close into an actual offensive tool.
So 2 different ways you can use it.
Exactly.
Both equally cool.
You can also use that with your mix-ups, which gets to the next tool, her cartwheel. The overhead, straight from MK9. If it EX it, it has armor. It's really good up close. It's great as a wake-up attack. You can use it after moves like this. You can mix it up with low,
A split.
sweep,
Do that again.
Look at that.
So like for me when I play against you, you really have to be paying attention because one of the moves is a mid, the other is overhead.
Exactly.
They look different, but you have to
Yes.
you can't be on autopilot.
Right. And then lastly, she has the classic levitate. She can float in the air, she can drop straight down. So like for example, you're trying to zone, we can standing low fireballs to go under your hairball. Not very effective to low fireball when you're literally not touching the ground.
Right.
She can also cancel it, and she can do fun cancels. Like for example, she could do the back 2, the airborne, go into flight, and if you EX it, it's actually significantly faster. And
Oh,
she
so
has
you
some
can
true
continue a
blocks
combo.
that
Nice.
interrupt.
Got it.
Now let's talk about how this can play into her cameo. I have chosen,
Serena.
set it to all. I have chosen Serena, who we got a little taste of in the last trailer, but now we're actually going to show her moves. So her first attack is the blade. It's a very quick projectile. You can see the cooldown is pretty quick. Then she also has,
This nigga.
she goes full demon, throws multiple, they come back, And this actually leads into combos, so you can do fun stuff. You can turn that into a full combo.
That did look fun.
Mm.
And she can really get up in the air.
Yes.
In a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways. She also has her Demon Up Kick, which is a great wake-up attack. It's invincible. It's really quick. You can also use it as an anti-air. And then lastly, she has a fourth move. Every cameo has at least 3, and some might have more. So she's one of those. Jakata's Curse. She puts this rune on the ground, and while the opponent is standing in it, let's set it to default. Liu Kang's meter is being drained. Pretty quick,
Yeah,
you can
pretty
see.
fast.
Yeah. Now, this is an ambush move, which means you can do it while Sindel's doing other actions. So, for example, while you have a combo going, you can summon her.
Yeah, that drains
There's a lot
your
of
meter.
setups there.
Yeah, so you can imagine you can use that in the corner, in the middle of your combo, have her coming out.
That could be dangerous with
Meters, stuff
Sub-Zero.
like that. She could even do nasty stuff like drain your meter so you can't break a combo in the middle
I'm
of
already
your combo.
thinking of ways to use her.
She's not going to like breakers very much.
She does not, which is let's maybe get into that a little bit more. So let's go back to what we said earlier. Sindel has a couple of moves using the cameo system. So, you know, Sindel in the lore, she's the queen. She has this commanding presence. She has, you know, what the kids would say is Riz.
Oh, they would say that.
Thank you. And, you know, she can use that to actually command her cameo and maybe more. So let's start with this buff move. Once you activate it, while it's active, cooldown, it will be significantly faster for your cameo. So you can see normally, this move's already pretty quick. Once she has this active, it's even quicker, and Serena, she is recovering so fast her cooldown, she can basically do that like almost indefinitely. So you can turn what normally would be kind of a limited use move into something that you can just use almost like any other special move. Or some of the other ones like Kia's Blades that have a pretty long cooldown, it's significantly faster when she has that active.
Now she's giving herself up there.
Correct.
There is some, yeah.
Correct. But once she gets going, her cameo use is substantially better. There's also an EX version with a really interesting twist. When she EX it, she's now commanding the opponent's cameo, and if the opponent tries to break,
What's gonna happen?
they will be stunned.
Oh, that's
Reset
fire!
instead. So let's show that again. I have the move active. The opponent goes for a breaker. You can see Sonya
She said,
actually
"Fuck your breakers."
gets the little head and, you know, oh my god, I'm confused. And your breaker is not just disabled. Once you get that stun, they will be popped up and Sindel gets a full reset.
Got it.
No breakers allowed.
Couple ways to avoid them, seems
Yes.
like for her.
There's also another really interesting move I'd like to show. So for this one, Sindel can take control of an opponent's cameo and stun them. So for example,
That's crazy.
I will call it out. And Sonya is actually dizzy.
Yep.
Sindel is in the middle of doing this move where she points while the cameo's out. So you have to do it on a read. The cameo is stunned for this entire length of time and cannot be summoned.
Okay.
There's also an EX version. With this version, Sonya will leave the screen and I gain control of her. And I actually get a free use of either of the cameo's moves.
That's
So
wild.
for example, I now have Square Wave. And
And
that use of
you can pick
cameo-
any of them.
Correct.
Not just
Any
the
of
one they were
Sonya's
doing.
moves. Right.
Got it.
I have control over it for a pretty good amount of time, and it does not cost any kind of cooldown or anything. So you could actually do stuff like I could
Yeah.
summon Sonya to start leg grab to go into a combo, and then go into Serena's
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
demon-like anti-air move to end the combo if I wanted. You could even use 3 cameo moves in one combo if you wanted to.
People are gonna have some fun in training mode on this one.
Yeah, it's really, really neat, and it's something that's gonna, you know, how effective and the way you use it's gonna change on what the opponent's cameo is.
That's gonna be crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do we want to do Fatal Blow? Is that all?
I think that's the best way we can finish, right?
Let's do it. I love how the hair gets all
Oh yeah, the
crazy,
big hair is
super cool.
amazing.
You're not.
That is a nasty one.
Yeah, the leg pull. I feel that. Yeah,
It's
that's
definitely amongst the most brutal in the game, I think.
pretty bad. I mean, good bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cool. You want to move on to Rain
I think so.
again?
We're doing Rain next.
Who does Rain? Who plays Rain? What players play them?
I think Rain's always been kind of a flashy character that appeals to people that like to hit buttons.
Yeah.
Rain's, though, quite a bit different in this game. Rain has traditionally been a ninja. In this game, in Liu Kang's new era, he's been completely reimagined as a mage. He's the high mage in Sindel's Kourt, and his moveset has substantially changed. There will be little hints and fun nods to the previous versions of Rain, like you'd expect,
Right.
but he's going to be one of the more radically altered characters, and I think it's an interesting new take. So,
And like we've done in the new era, like all the characters will have, they're still somewhat who you know. There's still stuff that's
Right,
going to bring you back
right.
to them that you loved using when we were younger.
yes.
But they've definitely changed.
Yeah, he
So,
probably has like mostly new moves to go with his new role, like his new power set. It's pretty neat, so let's check it out.
let's do it.
So you'll notice right off the bat, he has a new weapon, which is his wizard staff.
That
And he
Striker?
uses it in most of his
Striker
own
cameo.
weapons. And he is definitely now much less of a physical fighter than he ever has been before. He is a very powerful mage, and he uses
I hate the buttons on the screen.
his attacks. A couple normals I really wanted to talk about. Like you can see even his sweep. Instead of using his foot, he literally uses his water staff. This is definitely
I
the
love the
coolest
kick
move.
up, the
It's
kick
so
up.
good.
And you'll notice the water leaves the top, gets in there, and then comes back to the top.
Right. I absolutely love it. So let's start off with a couple normals I really wanted to show. His forward 2, 1, 3 is just like really good range mid, pretty quick. It's also got forward 3, which is an overhead, into a double overhead, and he gets a pop-up. That'll be one of his most important, I think.
Rain look fun as fuck.
Another normal I
Ooh!
really wanted to show was a standing 4, which even
Ah,
though he's
yes.
no longer a ninja, he still has tremendous leg strength.
Right.
So strong that he can actually kick you across the world. Now this is an interesting one because if you hold it,
You can get a pop up.
he gets a combo.
Yeah.
And he can also cancel out of the hold to fake you out.
Okay.
They actually made it an actual
And let's check
move
out his
instead of it
combo,
being
which
the
is a
special
nice nod
move.
to the classic water
The
ball.
fuck?
He goes in with you and then you burst out. So you can see his normal attacks are very fresh and different. And I think the water effects are awesome. So you want to go into his special moves?
I think so.
So he has some really interesting zoning tools. I mean, some might even call him a premier zoner. And let's start with his straight projectile, which takes up a ton of real estate, is fairly quick, and has some interesting ways that you can change it. If you EX it, he gets a full knockdown. He can actually hold it down and get a stagger. And you can actually cancel out of this hold down. So you can mix up doing the move,
Yeah.
doing different timings, doing the EX, or canceling out of it. Keep the opponent guessing. When you have a projectile like that that takes up a ton of space, what's the one thing you know the opponent's going to try to do to beat it?
Jump.
jump, and that's not going to be super effective because he has an anti-air version. And this has a very neat EX. It actually allows him to pop up for combos.
Oh, that's
So I think it's
nice.
pretty cool. Again, it makes a
Rain looks
full,
fun as
you know,
fuck.
full screen projectile become kind of an offensive tool up close. Now, one thing would be, well, what happens if they're using projectiles against him? And he has a water bubble where he surrounds himself in water, and any projectile is going to be negated. It'll actually just be destroyed when it hits the water bubble. And this is something that he can set up, go behind, go in the middle of.
Works as a shield.
Exactly. But if you
Nice.
EX it surrounds him and travels with him.
Oh, that's fire.
Kind of walk him down.
Exactly. So then you can go in, do his lows, do his overhead, all that good stuff when he has the water shield on.
Gotcha.
Now, there's other ways you can get in. He could set these water portals, and he can set them anywhere he wants.
Nice.
And then he can actually warp through him.
Oh yeah, we saw
So
that
you
in
do
the
cool
trailer.
stuff, like set one here, go in when you want to get out, warp back to where you were. Or, when you're in, you can set one, do some fun zoning, and then use this to get back in.
Okay.
And then you can go straight into combos, fun stuff like that. Now, once you've established that you're willing to teleport or throw out some of these fireballs, and the opponent's scared to move, you can start using the Whirlpool. And he has close, medium, and far. These will go on the ground, and if the opponent walks into
Whirlpool.
it, they get popped up for combos.
I love how he
You
just
tell me
grabs the
to
top
that.
of his staff and
Yes,
throws
it
down.
is
Really
so cool looking.
Move. And then
Another move he has is his Geyser. This is a pretty good advancing special he can 2 and 1 into, and if he EX it, it has armor. So it's a good wake-up attack, a good way to beat pressure, and I think it'll be one of his best combo enders. And then lastly, one more awesome full range move that kind of shows the full extent of his power.
so cool.
And this is a move that he can actually hold, or cancel and just drop down. So you can do stuff like you're doing your water ball, and what's called a fireball, and it's literally the opposite of that. Go into this, fake out the opponent, immediately drop down. You can set up, you can do all kind of stuff. Set up portals, be doing that Thunder God move. Cancel
it's funny.
it,
It's
go to
raining
the
outside.
portal, just all kind of options full screen.
All the
I think
watching.
he's going to be a really interesting
Oh,
character
nice.
to kind of freeze them up full screen to get him and start doing his mix-ups. And speaking of the mix-ups, let's kind of show how he can use his cameo and go with that. I assigned him Striker because I think a cop teaming with a wizard is the exact kind of thing you'd see in Mortal Kombat,
sure.
right? So the first thing I'll show with Striker is he has his grenade toss. Straight out of MK3, comes in, throws the double grenades. They can either go low or high. And you can imagine, these are ambush moves, which means they can come out while Rain is doing his attacks. So you can do stuff like you're doing your straight water beam while he's doing his grenades. They can also aid you in combos. So you can do stuff like
Oh, that's nice.
Striker also has a set of baton moves. He's got Cop Bop, where he comes in and does an overhead, and the classic baton sweep from MK3. So these are lows and overheads. So,
Got
great
access
example.
to both of them.
Yes.
Nice.
So, one thing you could do, you got your overhead, the opponents stand blocking all the time because they don't want to get popped up. What am I supposed to do? Sweep them. But you can also do this in a string. So in overhead, you can do overhead, low. Then they get used to the timing. They're like, oh, I'm one of these like Ninja Killer or Sonic people with good reflexes. I can fuzzy that. Then you start doing stuff like Cop Bop. Mix it up. So just from this 50-50, he can use Striker to have more 50-50s.
That's how you beat Sonic Fox.
That's the key. That's all you have to do.
Got
And
it.
like a famous football player once said, it's more than a 50-50.
Got it.
Lastly, Striker has one more move.
Yes, he can arrest the opponent, which is
Probably my
hilarious.
favorite.
My favorite thing is he used a sports reference.
Well, sort of.
And
Striker comes from behind
and arrests
handcuffs
you. That's
and
hilarious.
this gives you a reset. Then you get a bunch of advantage, and you can go for a mix-up.
Okay.
So you get into your combos with a handcuff move, then go in and continue your offense. So like you could start a combo with your overhead, go into the handcuffs, and then make them guess low.
Got it.
It's super fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I think that's Rain and Striker, and I maybe go into his Fatal Blow.
Let's take a look.
And I'll just say Striker is my favorite Fatal Blow.
Okay. All right, that was Rain.
Yep.
Very exciting. People get their hands on Rain soon. That'll be awesome.
He's definitely not washed up.
Nope. Some fresh moves to make your opponents salty.
Nice.
Cool, let's move on. We're going to talk about General Shao now, a character that I'm very excited about as a lover of big, bruising characters.
Yep.
He's still big and bruising. He's just a general now.
He's just a general. He is not the Emperor.
Right.
He's got a new weapon, new moveset.
A bit of a stance character, but I wouldn't say in the same vein as like a Kenshi.
Right.
But definitely when he has axe in his hand, axe out of his hand. When it's out of his hand, be careful when you're near the axe. That's all I'm going to say. Let's take a look at how he works. So, big thing, just to show, this is kind of the thesis statement.
Shadow.
Just swings for the fences.
He's a powerhouse.
This is back two. It has advantage. So if you're blocking, don't want to push any buttons probably.
Yeah, I was just jabbing.
Don't do that because you're going to get hit.
Right.
Great move there. This is a really quick, kind of almost get a little distance to it too. Like I can get you from there. Like really nice, kind of can lead in some combos.
Right.
Punishing move I like to use is this right here. Very fast, bounces them up. We can show some more stuff with that later, but obviously you can see there's some pathways with that move.
I also really like how his kick attacks are just either uses axe or he's just huge big boots.
Just like standing big boot. And like a lot of people, I enjoy the 2-player animation strings.
Right.
So he has this overhead, doesn't combo anything, but
Nice.
hit the throw button afterwards.
So good.
And he also has a low one as well. And I'm sure we'll come back to those later
Nice.
as well.
Right.
Now let's talk about
That'd be a good combo under.
his special move, the one that kind of encapsulates what he is Power Strike. He will just throw the axe on the ground, and there it is. And you have about 7-8 seconds just to do stuff without the axe, right? You can also call it back. Go.
Okay.
Now, when it's on the ground, different strings. That's back one.
Nice.
Damn.
He also, and I get the axe back after, of course, doing the command grab.
So all of his axe moves get replaced with different normal attacks.
Yes.
And some are faster, some have different reactions.
Right. And some change some of your other special moves. We'll get to that in a second.
Even his throw changes.
Yes, even his throw. So here's his throw.
Damn.
While we're at it, let's just show the, Mataro as well. And then with the axe, he just bangs in the face with the axe.
Right.
Other specials he has. So you can huge, that was the meter burn. I got a full screen projectile.
Ooh.
Now if you're close, you can, sorry about that, you can do some
Fun as fuck.
What's up? Nice.
Right.
All these characters are fun.
This makes your axe powers do more damage. You can
Okay.
also EX that to get more time on it as well. Big move in his arsenal that also leads to a lot of crazy good damage is his armored launcher is his knee.
He's kind of representing kind of makes me think of the MK3 like up shoulder, except now it's a knee.
Right, and you can throw that out a lot of places. Always there. But if you EX the knee, you get a free power slam after that. So you can do like that.
Okay.
And then it's on the ground again.
Okay.
So that's how you rotate throughout the character, right? And now it's on the ground, now it's back to me. So then you can start doing really cool stuff like this into power slam, back into that.
Nice.
And that's a pretty nice.
That's a nice combo.
And now you have the axe back.
Right. When the axe is on the ground, other cool things can happen. Power slam. Now, I have a ground pound.
Neat.
Now, here's the interesting thing. When you are on the axe, it is an overhead low.
Okay.
Which is kind of tough to block.
Yeah.
You can also, throw this down, do this. Combo
And that's
after.
like a quick recall.
Right. Yeah, so if you have it down, you also have a move where you can just be near it, and it's very fast slash.
Okay.
So a lot of really cool stuff you can do.
And he's clearly meant to be going in and out during the fight, in the middle of combos, getting it back at the end of combos.
Maybe recalling it if you want to.
Right.
Lots of stuff like that. But if you are, as my opponent, near the axe, there's a lot of stuff you need to think about.
Right. So it's almost like with the axe, you have, kind of really good range, not the quickest moves. Without the axe, you're much quicker, and you can use it, establish the axe on the screen, and they're going to have to respect it, and that's going to kind of open up your grabs, your mix-ups, stuff like that.
And it's super cool. You can also, he also, has can pick stuff out of the air and that sort of thing. I mean, the knee into power strike is huge.
Right.
Right. Really important. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I do want to show some stuff with Motaro.
Okay.
So Motaro has a couple things you can use. Now, obviously, I'm a big guy. Projectiles might scare me.
Right.
Well, I can do this. I can pull them out, walk behind it. You don't want to be throwing projectiles at it.
That's so
that
good.
will reflect. And I'm walking it down with that.
I love that, that's a way to call back to his thick reflect skin from MK3.
And now you're kind of you're a little confused. What do you do? Boom, you're
nice.
He also has this turret he can do. Will shoot 3 shots at you. Has a low one too. He can do that. Now here is something that I've chosen Motaro with General Shao for a reason.
Okay.
Remember this move?
Yes.
Can't do a lot out of it.
Right.
He has this teleport, right?
Okay.
Maybe you can read a projectile, maybe not, but you can move around the battlefield quicker as General Shao. But with this overhead, I can teleport and still continue a combo. It's a true combo. So now you have to worry about this, and you have to worry about something like this. Like that's now in play.
Right.
So you can do the full thing too. You can do like.
Nice.
Cool example of one of my favorite things about the Cameo system. It allows you to break the rules and restrictions of your
combos.
And I think that's why I love Shao so much, is that he breaks the rules also with the knee into power slam. He's It's a special into a special, which Johnny can do too. Of course, he breaks that rule at times with his meter, with his height meter. But yeah, there's a lot of cool, fun sort of breaking the meta of what Shao is, just so you can do with that.
And really I think it's so neat about the Cameo system. You kind of look at your play style, look at your character, and think, what are my weaknesses? What are the things I think I'm missing? And you can use your Cameo to turn those weaknesses into strengths.
Right. And for me, it's like if I'm so far away from people, just as a zoner, just even having this just to get me out of dodge, right?
Right.
Now I'm close again.
Now you're close.
Now you don't want to be there. Let's show the. When you turn up to do the...
Yeah, give yourself 1%.
Let's do that real quick. Show the fatal blow.
It's a real good one.
Drops it from the sky.
Oh, he's not horsing around. General Shao. Pretty cool. Super fun. I've had a really good time playing with them.
just a different style of fighting, different than you're used to for General Shao. So it's been a really cool time.
Yeah, and I think it's really neat. You know, we also showed Geras having these big brute characters who you might think is like, oh, they're brain dead brawlers, whatever. And no, in this game, no, they're not. They're definitely, you know, really interesting, nuanced characters. It's really cool.
Or they can just swing an axe as hard as they want.
Or you could just do back to over and over again and do throws.
Right, and that's also a fun way to play. So before we go, Derek's not here, and this hurts so bad. You know that, right? It's time for birthday shout-outs, everybody. I don't mind the birthday shout-outs. It's the horn, really. Here we go. You ready?
I am ready. I'm excited.
Mike Lee. Regina Stefanik.
Ooh, kitties.
Nicolette Mihalka. Brian Evans. Eric Butt. Kingston Lorenzo. Tim Matthews. Liz
It's my cousin's birthday today.
Claire Cole. Brad Fachot. Brian Arvizu. Cam Lynch. James Bolvin. Ruben Perez. And Chris Bartholomew. Those are your birthday shout-outs for this week. Fun stream. I probably said it was shorter. It probably wasn't that much shorter in the end. But we want to get in here and show you some characters. We'll be back very soon to show you more, hopefully. But before we go, I think we have a fight from QA.
We do.
That we would love to show you.
This will be a fun one.
It's going to be a really cool one. So we'll show you that. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Baraka?
The General and Baraka. This is no nuance needed.
No, these are our two monster brawler guys. They love to fight. They're nasty. So we've got Baraka with Striker.
Leaves the blades in the ground. Regrows blades. Awesome.
And Shao with Motaro. I have no idea why Striker would be working with Baraka, but you don't always have to follow the lore.
Let's get some Baraka combos. Yes, sir!
Ooh. Big whiff.
Whiffs that overhead.
Power slam.
Let's see if Shao keeps him in the corner. Nope. Switches sides.
Now you can, with that move, choose which way you want to go.
Right. Oh. Big stabs. Just
it looks like we're going to have vitality from either
that big jump.
Shao. Probably Shao.
This is very funny.
Yes.
I would love to see Baraka's, though.
Oh, this is going to be big.
Do Baraka's fatal blow.
He had his knee with a pop-up without the axe in his hand, without any meter.
Forgot to block the second part of that fatal blow, the low. That's tricky.
Damn!
Paid for it.
That was fire.
All right, let's see. One way to look at it is at least Baraka no longer has his fatal blow. Good jump attack.
Fishing for some throws, got him punished.
Ooh, breaker.
Big break. That was going to put the axe on the ground and lead to some damage.
Damn, the General Shao about to lose?
I love that his breaker is just a big hind kick. It's so exciting to see Motaro back. You know, he's a character that makes very, very few appearances. Like, I've always wanted him back. Very exciting.
Ooh.
There we go.
Get
some combos in my game.
Yes. Sometimes you got to do it again. The no mix-up, mix-up. Big overhead.
Very quick overhead when the axe is in the ground.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. There could be matchups where it's better to not use your axe as much, have axeless be the main way you fight if they're a faster character, maybe like a Liu Kang or something. Another breaker. They take 3 bars in this game, and I think one thing a lot of people forget is your cameo has to be available.
And notice when he breaks right then, right before power strike, his axe is staying to the ground.
Person playing Baraka going crazy.
It's a close one. Oh, really good punish. Gets the turn out. Nice.
Ah, damn, it's over.
That'll be it.
Whose vitality we're getting? Oh.
This looks dangerous for Baraka.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Damn.
Well, that didn't go well for Baraka.
Just melted.
That's a bummer.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We love to hear what you think on Twitter, what you think about the characters and whatnot. For myself and Stephanie, we will see you next time on the Kombat Kast.
Peace. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so that was Sindel, Shao, and Rain. I'm gonna go too. I gotta get something to eat. I'm feeling kind of dizzy. Um, Thank you, DG and Meech, for being here. Also, anybody who catches this later, thank you. If you make it this far, September 14th. Uh, we're almost there. Mhm. So yeah. Bruh.